what traits, skills, and mindset he has to look for. Welcome to Worldwide Academy, where we dive deep into the world of tech startups. I'm your host, Fabian, and as always, joining me today, the brilliant Professor Andy. So apart from the obligatory rain, how was open air in St. Gallen last weekend?
Thanks for asking. Yes, open air festivals are exhausting anyway, I think. But you know,
especially in our age.
Yeah. I don't want to complain. At the end of the day, it was a wet, yes, but also a very nice party. Thank you.
Good. Also now, today we're talking about the fundamental topic. It basically is the first thing you have to think of and to get ready before you start your company, namely put the right founder team in place. We have received some thought-provoking questions from our audience. So question comes from a aspiring founder who wants to know in general what traits, skills, and mindset he has to look for. So what do you say about this?
At Swiss Institute for Entrepreneurship, my colleague Kerstin Wagner and I have been researching this topic several years ago, about 15 years ago. And according to Sarah Saraswati, we had also talked about Sarah's concept in a former session. One of the questions entrepreneurs ask themselves is, who am I? So also in Sarah's research, she realized that the personality traits are very important. And the decision to become an entrepreneur is therefore significantly affected by these personality traits. And let's say risk-taking propensity, an internal locus of control, a need for autonomy or need for achievement and stuff like that. So I think these personal traits are really important. On one hand, what kind of entrepreneur you are, and second, also what kind of enterprise you will have.
Okay, you're a software engineer, you're specialized in databases. So the three questions in a nutshell that you have to answer is who you are, what do you know, and whom do you know? Okay. Can you make examples to these three questions?
Yes. Let me take the example of Fabian Hediger. So, like you. So, who is Fabian Hediger? Back in the late 90s. Yeah, he was a triathlete, and you were very good in Switzerland. I think you and your brother, you were always on the first and second place. So this is already a signal that you have this need for achievement, you know. And then you realized, oh, okay, I'm quite good now in Switzerland. So, but internationally, I'm nobody. So you went to the United States, and then you were training with these very, very good athletes.
Yeah, drop out from the American cycling team. Exactly.
Yeah. And then you realize, oops, I'm not the best in the world. I'm just place 50 or 70 or something like that.
Absolutely.
And so this need of achievement is just one trait of your personality. Show that you have really this kind of entrepreneurial traits, right? Then what do I know? Yes, you did a Swiss high school. You studied your MBA at the University of St. Gallen. You had some expertise with organizing parties and so on and so forth. So this is what you know. And then whom you know, you met me at university, you met Homie, you met also business people around us. And by answering these three questions, you came up with the idea, okay, now I want to found a company. And I need these people to help you building this company. And Yes, we have added through these 3 questions from Sarah Saraswati a 4th question, but this is a specific question that we have to ask in Europe, because the status of an entrepreneur in Europe is not comparable to the United States. And she did her research in US. So in Europe, often you have also to ask, why should I do it? The status of being an entrepreneur is
yeah. So as an entrepreneur in Europe, it's a completely different story than in the United States. I'm with you.
So, and that's why we said, okay, in Europe, it makes sense to ask this 4th question as well. So.
Okay. So why should I start in Europe? Or directly you go to the United States? Yeah. So
good point.
good point. So the most, so these 3 or 4 questions are crucial. It's very simple, for you as a founder, find your 1 to 2 co-founders so that you are making a team of 2 or 3, and then answering this question for all the 3 of them. And it's important to see that it's not meant to be that they all are the same. The more diverse you are as a team, the better. And yes, this is, of course, the fundamentals, to have argumentations, to have fights. It's not meant to be that you have all the time the same opinion. That's good, okay? But last but not least, and this question is missing, to me was always the most important one, is, do I like to spend time with my co-founders? Do I, when I get in the morning, it's a hard work. I know it's going to be a hard day, but I like to go to the office to meet my co-founders. I like to be together with them.
And what we also did, we applied these characteristics to different types of entrepreneurs. And so we can see that a growth entrepreneur have, for example, a strong willingness to take risks. They have the locus of control located internally, or they show a great will to achieve goals. And yes, I would say these personality traits are very important, very crucial.
So what many people are not aware of is that the majority of founders are by themselves. So very often you come up with an idea, or you have this will to become an entrepreneur, and you don't yet have your co-founders. So let's go back real quick, because we're talking about the growth entrepreneurs. So basically, us as Studio Alpha, as venture capitalists, we're not really interested in traditionalists. We're not really interested in lifestyle entrepreneurs or status entrepreneurs. So all about Roll Right In is about growth entrepreneurs. Can you real quick make an example for each of these categories?
Yes, a traditionalist is like a carpenter. His father was a carpenter. His grandfather was a carpenter. So the family background is very important. Okay. So the chance that you become also an entrepreneur with your, as a carpenter is obvious. Okay. So lifestyle entrepreneurs, we're talking about a photographer, self-employed artists. That you could work as a web designer in a company, or you can do your own business as a web designer, and then you do web designs for your clients. But you don't grow. It's service driven. It's personal services. If you want to run a bar or a grill, like let's say McDonald's, he could say, okay, I have a grill, I have a diner, I'm fine. I get my 100K bucks a year with my diner. But he said, no, let's build a chain of diners or fast food restaurants, or Hilton. He said, okay, I have a hotel now, but he decided to have not only one hotel. That he said, no, I want to grow, and that's why he said, I build a chain. hotel chain. And the lawyer, these are the status entrepreneurs, because you can be employed in a company as a lawyer, or you can open your own law firm, or the doctors, the accountants, and so on and so forth.
Okay. Okay, so in a nutshell, so you have to focus the 3 questions: who am I, what do I know, and whom do I know? Okay, cool. I like. Thank you very much, Gandhi. And to listeners, thank you for tuning in Rollwide In Academy. Hope that helped. Don't wait. Get started. Found your company. Please share this episode. Write questions or remarks into comments. And subscribe to our YouTube channel. See you next week. Bye. Von der Dramaturgie macht das keinen Sinn, weil ich halt die Frage noch nicht gestellt.